D-Mac is here, KG, Young Justin, Spencer Raxter, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there and get your thoughts out there. We are monitoring Twitter as we speak.
Martavis Bryant and Noah Brown both cut.
Huh.
Interesting.
Wow, you mean people that we didn't expect to get cut are getting cut?
Yeah.
That never happens, D-Mac. That's really weird.
Wow, in the NFL at least?
You never see
It's a
that.
non-guaranteed contract.
I would take Martavis Bryant, Noah Brown, or Tim Patrick. Any of those guys.
Well, they're all out there.
Yep.
I might be good on Martavius.
So to that
Everybody
point, do you have interest for your team? Like, would you want them to go sniff around for any of those guys?
Yes.
I would see what's going down.
Noah Brown in particular. He's probably the most productive one out of the three he just named.
I dabble.
Yeah.
Well, I got to believe that Brad Holmes will do his due diligence.
Let's see here. Cap space. Cap space for 2024. Detroit Lions, the fourth most cap space right now.
Ooh.
So there you go. Almost $10 million.
So, do we think that, DPJ, and it's unfortunate, so if he was penciled in, or a lot of us had him penciled in to maybe take a lot of the catches Josh Reynolds did,
Yeah.
could one of these guys fit that role that he vacated?
I think Noah Brown would be the best option, and yes, I think he could fit that role.
Yeah.
Third most cap space. My bad. $38.5 million of top 51 cap space.
Well,
That's not
I mean,
total obligation.
You know how they light up the green lights or whatever like this to make so you got the money,
Yeah.
right? You like the talent. You think you're going to get
Yeah.
I'm sure you're going to kick the tires.
They are monitoring.
And if you're a player that just got cut or whatever like that, and the Detroit Lions today come calling, you got to be a little bit excited, don't you?
One would think, right?
I would think.
Depending on what you're about. Like, one would think that they're going to jump in there.
They're going to add another player.
100%.
They're
Yeah.
definitely going to grab a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I would love for it to be Noah Brown.
And you don't know that the DPJ move could have been because they knew some of these other guys were going to get cut and
Right.
they could pivot this way. So that's what good, right? Super Bowl caliber franchises do.
Yeah.
That's what winners do. Always trying to get better. So stay tuned.
No doubt. So there's what it is. But again, we will continue to monitor that stuff. Some of the other cuts, I was a little surprised. The Shane Zylstra cut.
That was the one
was
that
pretty
got
surprised.
me.
He was reliable
Tenured.
and made big plays.
And James Mitchell hasn't been. He's
Yeah.
dropped passes. He hasn't looked good for a better part of 2 seasons now. So that was the one that got me out of everybody.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. What were the streets saying about that one?
Same thing, pretty much. Surprising cut.
Yeah, the DPJ thing though, like, I don't think it was surprising to a lot of people.
Not at all.
And again, like, we've talked about this many times, D-Mac. Do we have any former pro athletes in this building? Let me look around. Oh yeah, you. We've talked about this in the past. You've confirmed it. One day you wake up and it's over. And it wasn't over when you went to bed, but when you woke up, it was over.
Yeah, as it gets, it's different, I think, in every sport, whatever like that. But, there comes a time. Yeah, and Kenny, I'll always go back to, because you're the one that nailed it. And I'll go back to conversations. What do you watch this exhibition series? Exhibition for? You said, I need to see that production if DPJ is going to be that guy. And I remember flipping on the TV and there was an out pass to him that he got his hand on that didn't catch. That is the difference, right, between being on the team and not being on the team. Not saying that catch, but the ability to make that play and be trusted to make that play. So whoever is in that position has to make that play. So, and Neil, but you're right. And it's a lot more times than not, you're the last one to realize that. I didn't. I knew the body was done, right? And try to get squeeze the last little bit out of it for the 08-09. But he's a wide receiver. I expect him probably
He'll land somewhere. Yeah, he'll land somewhere.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
He
Canada.
looked.
He
this-
struggled.
It
bad.
looks. Hey, it did look
It
as
looked
far
bad.
as recession.
Yeah.
To the means, he did not look good.
Because
But he's so young still, like.
that's true. But I would say that it was even more pressure on him because he was a veteran receiver, because he's done it in this league before, and he just did not look good. He had plenty of opportunities to make plays. Isaiah Williams made the same type of plays he had. They had the same amount of targets.
Where does Noah Brown profile, though?
Noah Brown's an outside guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you know what this is all telling me for sure, and I'm going to go do this right now at the next break.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a spin on Khalif Raymond in fantasy.
You should.
I think I am.
I don't think that's a bad play.
You can get him late.
Yep.
Like
I could
last round of the
I could
draft.
get him
like-
now.
Yeah, he's on waivers in my
You're
league.
more seeing it's imperative that he is their third.
He's
He's that
the-
Josh Reynolds guy.
And the slot
In the
dude.
slot.
He's the slot dude. And that's not changing. Like, the profile of these guys that are coming out right now are not that.
No.
Yeah.
To me, this is just kind of my interpretation of it. But I do think that people are sleeping on Khalif Raymond. They pay him very well. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of faith in him. And what has this front office, what has this coaching staff, what have they shown you, D-Mac, since the day they walked in the door here? They like their guys.
If they like their guys, and if they like their guys are a big part. But here's the thing, Neil. They like their guys, and their guys are good.
Yep.
And a good part of this team, right? They've proven today, or as it gets better, that even if you're their guy, right, they'll make the tough decision. It's a lot harder to get rid of a guy you like that's great in the locker room, right? Like, you can deal with a lot of the BS, but those guys, and I know Dan Campbell's going through it today because he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's got to say goodbye to, like, Zylstra, the guys that have been there that helped him. Like, he's the first guy to realize that it's these guys that helped get to this point.
Yep.
And now I got to say, hey, guys, sorry. It just sucks for him. I think it's a really tough day for him, and my heart goes out to him because he's compassion.
Everybody wanted the story to work out. I think people are caught up, one, in the story. He was a Michigan hometown kid.
It's an Olympic year, too. People are buying into that.
Right. They wanted that, and I think people are just too caught up in the big body receiver thing. Like, somebody on the morning show said earlier, like, we got a whole bunch of little guys that can get open. Well, I mean, if it works, it works. I don't think the big body receiver is a, like, dire need. Can we use one? Sure. But they can make it work with what they have now. They can.
To me, like, it's pretty apparent, too. You know who they like in that role? Their tight end.
Yeah, exactly.
Who was one of the best in football.
Mm-hmm. He's technically your wide receiver, too. No offense to JMO, but it's just...
I mean, not at the Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp was a tight end.
Yeah.
Not at that level. Real quick before we cut to the break, DNC Shane Zylstra wasn't really surprising to me. We paid Brock Wright. They did. And used draft capital on James Mitchell. They did. So he will get every opportunity till his time is done here. But see, DNC, like, I was surprised by it because they have shown a propensity to use 3 tight ends and use them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was something where they used them.
Shane Zylstra has not only caught passes, but his benefit in the run game was, like, really good. He was a very good blocking tight end. So that's why it was just surprising. I mean, think back to the Cowboys game last year when we got all those flags towards the end. James Mitchell had a chance to win that game, dropped a pass. Like, we've seen more instances of James Mitchell struggling than Shane Zylstra, which is why it was surprising.
Also, too, John Fisher, wide receiver 3 is Khalif. Dan said so. Wide receiver 4 looks like Isaiah. So we're talking a wide receiver 5 prototype X that can fit this team. Don't forget that when speculating, we need a big trade.
Martavis Bryant.
He's a big body. Spot Track on Twitter.
Yeah, but you need that down the goal line.
Yeah.
The Houston Texans have released Noah Brown despite the fact that they guaranteed $3 million of his 1-year, $4 million contract.
Crowded
this
room.
season.
Crowded room.
Damn.
They had it.
They're eating $3 million to move on.
Yeah. But look at their receiving core. I mean,
No, it's straight. Yeah, no doubt.
They didn't need it.
No doubt. Some of you, some of us in this room kind of forecasted the Houston Texans taking a step forward. Told you to take them 4-1 to win the division.
Yeah.
I don't know who those people are, Spenny. You have any idea?
No idea.
I do. You too.
I think that we're completely exonerated.
You
I
two
think we
were.
are.
You two were on the. You were on them. You were on them to coincide. A lot of people are on Jacksonville and stuff, but you two were like the Lions and Houston are on the same
and
trajectory.
make no mistake too, I'm getting those vibes from the Arizona Cardinals. They're going to be the next Texans. The Cardinals might not be this year, but I think you'll see a step.
I'm telling you.
And then I think you'll see a
I
step.
think they
I'm
will
with
be
you
one
on
of the
that.
more improved teams.
Yeah. It's a blueprint. Like
Yeah.
it's a playbook that you do.
When I said that people thought I was scared of the Cardinals, no, but I can see with my eyes what's going on down there.
100%.
They believe in their coach.
It-
Kyler Murray's actually healthy and playing decent football. I mean, shit.